Apple's next iPhone launch could be the biggest split in the lineup we've ever seen, and new reports are painting a clear picture of what's coming in fall 2026. The iPhone 18 Pro for people who want the most refined, powerful iPhone Apple makes, and a brand new iPhone Ultra that could finally introduce Apple's first foldable iPhone. And before we go any further, let's be precise with the wording. Apple hasn't officially revealed specs or pricing yet, but multiple leaks and supply chain-style reports are converging on the same idea. Apple is preparing two very different flagship experiences, and that's what makes the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone Ultra so interesting. So in this script, we're breaking down what the latest iPhone 18 Pro leaks say Apple is changing, what the foldable iPhone Ultra could look like, and why this lineup might reshape how people choose an iPhone in 2026. Let's start with the iPhone 18 Pro, because this one sounds like the safe option on paper, but the upgrades rumored this year are anything but small. The iPhone 18 Pro is expected to focus on precision, cleaner design, a smarter display, serious camera improvements, and a major leap in silicon and connectivity. Think of it as Apple taking everything that already works and tightening every screw until it feels like a final form iPhone. First up, Dynamic Island. One of the most repeated claims is that Apple is shrinking the Dynamic Island again. The idea isn't to remove it entirely, at least not yet, but to make it less visually dominant. The rumored change is a noticeably smaller footprint that makes the display feel cleaner, while keeping the same live activity style interactions Apple has built around it. This matters for two reasons. One, it directly improves the day-to-day experience because you're getting more uninterrupted screen space. And two, it's Apple's way of evolving the front of the iPhone without forcing a radical redesign that could break Face ID. Reliability. Now let's talk display, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro could quietly become one of the best phones for power users. Leaks suggest Apple is moving to something being called LTPO Plus on the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. The rumored sizes stay familiar, around 6.3 inches for the iPhone 18 Pro and around 6.9 inches for the iPhone 18 Pro Max. But the panel improvements could be the headline. LTPO already helps iPhone's scale refresh rate for efficiency, but LTPO Plus is being positioned as a step forward in power management, brightness performance, and responsiveness. If these reports are accurate, it could mean smoother gaming, cleaner scrolling, better outdoor visibility, and improved battery life, especially during always-on display and high refresh usage. Some rumors also point to peak brightness reaching up to 3,000 nits on the Pro models. If Apple actually hits that number in real-world HDR and sunlight scenarios, the iPhone 18 Pro could become a true monster for streaming, content creation, and outdoor shooting. Design-wise, don't expect a complete reinvention. Apple seems to be staying with its premium materials approach, titanium mixed with aluminum in the chassis, while offering a refreshed color lineup. The rumored colors include black, silver, light blue, and a deep dark cherry tone. And notably, reports claim Apple may drop an orange-like option from the previous generation's palette. This isn't just cosmetic. Apple uses color refreshes as a major marketing lever, and dark cherry in particular sounds designed to become the signature hero color of the launch. Now the cameras, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro could deliver upgrades you actually notice immediately. The iPhone 18 Pro is rumored to keep a 48 megapixel main camera, but with a major feature, a variable aperture. That's a big deal. A variable aperture gives the camera more control over how much light hits the sensor, and it can change how natural depth of field looks, meaning better portraits, better control in harsh lighting, and potentially a big improvement in night shots without relying as heavily on computational tricks. And it doesn't stop there. Reports also mention improvements to the telephoto camera, including a wider aperture that should improve low-light zoom photography. If you've ever tried to zoom in at night and ended up with a soft, smeared mess, this is exactly the kind of upgrade that fixes it. Some spec leaks go even further, claiming a 48 megapixel periscope system with around 5x optical zoom on the iPhone 18 Pro, and possibly even more zoom range on the Pro Max variant. Whether it's 5x, 8x, or something in between, the theme is clear. Apple wants the iPhone 18 Pro to feel like the most dependable shoot-anything camera phone you can buy. Now let's get into performance, because this is where the iPhone 18 Pro could make the biggest generational jump. the iPhone 18 Pro is widely rumored to use the A20 Pro chip, reportedly built on TSMC's advanced 2nm process. If Apple truly reaches 2nm at scale for iPhones, that's a landmark shift. It usually translates into two things users care about: better performance per watt and better sustained performance. In plain English, faster, cooler, and more efficient, especially for AI features, high-end games, pro video workflows, and on-device machine learning. And there's another upgrade that matters more than people realize: Apple's own modem. Leaks claim the iPhone 18 Pro will use Apple's second-generation in-house modem, often referred to as the C2 modem. The big promise here is faster, more reliable connectivity with better efficiency and less dependence on third-party modem suppliers. If Apple nails this, it could mean stronger 5G consistency, better battery life during data-heavy usage, and smoother transitions between network conditions. So that's the iPhone 18 Pro story: smaller dynamic island, next-gen LTPO Plus displays, upgraded camera hardware with variable aperture, an A20 Pro at 2nm, and Apple's C2 modem, plus premium design, and new colors. But the real plot twist in 2026 is the other device, the iPhone Ultra, because this isn't just another bigger Pro Max. The iPhone Ultra is rumored to be Apple's first foldable phone, and if even half of these leaks are accurate, it's the most dramatic iPhone concept Apple has tried in years. The iPhone Ultra is expected to use a passport-style foldable design, basically a book-style fold that opens into a small tablet. Reports describe an outer display around 5.3 to 5.5 inches, and an inner foldable display around 7.7 to 7.8 inches, often compared to an iPad mini-like aspect ratio. The implication is huge. Closed, it behaves like a compact iPhone. Open, it becomes an ultra-portable productivity screen for multitasking, reading, editing, and immersive media. And if Apple is doing this the Apple way, the entire pitch will be about seamless transitions, apps that instantly reflow, continuity features that feel effortless, and iPad-like experiences that suddenly fit in your pocket. Now, foldables come with trade-offs, especially camera space, thickness constraints, and hinge engineering, and the leaks reflect that. One common claim is that the iPhone Ultra will use a simpler dual-camera setup on the back, a 48-megapixel main camera plus an ultra-wide camera. And crucially, it may skip a dedicated telephoto zoom lens. That might sound like a downgrade, until you remember what Apple is likely optimizing for here. The Ultra isn't trying to be the best zoom iPhone. It's trying to be the most futuristic iPhone experience, a hybrid device that merges the iPhone and iPad idea into one. Performance, however, is expected to stay flagship level. Reports suggest the iPhone Ultra will run the same core platform as the Pro series, powered by the A20 family and using Apple's C2 modem, so buyers aren't sacrificing speed or connectivity just to get the foldable form factor. Then there's biometrics, because Face ID on a foldable creates design complications, especially with variable angles and dual displays. One of the strongest rumors is that the iPhone Ultra could bring back Touch ID integrated into the side power button. That would be a fascinating move. Touch ID on the side is fast, reliable, and it works whether the device is open or closed. And from a design standpoint, it gives Apple more freedom with the front-facing camera placement on both displays. Now let's talk thickness and materials, because this is where Apple will either win the foldable market or get roasted for being too late. Leaks point to an ultra-thin chassis, roughly 4.5mm when unfolded, and around 9.5mm when folded, using premium materials like a titanium alloy casing and a stainless steel hinge. Those numbers are ambitious, but they line up with what Apple typically does when it enters a category late. It tries to enter with a best-in-class build, rather than a first attempt that feels experimental. Battery-wise, a foldable usually uses a dual-cell design. Reports estimate around 4,500 mAh total capacity, but what really matters is how Apple manages efficiency with the display, the chip, and the modem. And now, the part that will define the iPhone Ultra conversation. Price. Leaks are all over the place, but the message is consistent. This will be Apple's most expensive iPhone ever. Some reports suggest a starting price in the $119.99 to $2,399 range, while others push it closer to $2,500 depending on configuration and region. Either way, the iPhone Ultra isn't aiming to be a mass-market iPhone. It's a premium Halo device, and if you want the future, you pay for it product.